Oh lord, what have we here? This beep beep situation is getting a little bit out of hand. I don't even know what to think about all of this. It appears that whatever strange black magic that raised Beep Beep from the dead has also brought back Beep Beep's great grandfather Boob Boob. Hello, Boob Boob. Welcome to the city, I guess. Holy cow, guys. We made it to 100 subs. That's just... I don't know. Last episode I was talking about 50 subs and I was really impressed by that. That was amazing. And now, in the space of like 2 weeks, we're already at 100. This is just... I don't know what to say, but thank you so much. Here's to 150, I guess, or whatever the next milestone is. I don't know. Who knows where we'll go with this, but thank you. Thank you all so much. Hello, internet friends. It's me, Astro. We're back at the Halls of Order today, ready to get down to business and do some building. Since I am a real-life, bona fide professional Minecraft YouTuber, I did a little bit of building off camera, and now this building has windows and a walkway and places that interface with the wall top. But don't worry, I saved the best stuff for this video. I mentioned previously that I would very much like to build another large tree temple somewhere near the Halls of Order, and I think the best place to put it would be right in the center of that circular gallery. Before we build that, however, we're gonna have to sort out the rest of the building. So the first thing I want to work on today is building a roof over this walkway. The more time I spend in this city, the more I'm beginning to realize that the top of the wall has the potential to be a vibrant and exciting part of the build. We can build shops, gardens, art, all sorts of really neat things up there that I think will help bring this city to life. With that in mind, I want to do my best to make sure that the Halls of Order don't obstruct the wallway, so I kind of incorporated it into the building itself. I think that this ties everything together in a fun way, and hopefully emphasizes how interconnected the city really is. Now, while past Astro builds some pillars and a roof, what a nerd, I thought it might be fun to give you guys a little bit of a rundown of the lore behind this city. Long before the city of Illias existed, this area was home to many different clans who were constantly at war with each other over control of the mountain. The bloodshed was terrible, and the clan chiefs realized that in order to protect their people, they must work together and unite. Thus, the first Halls of Order were constructed, a simple stone building where the chiefs of the wandering clans met to create the laws that would govern the land. Over many thousands of years, this fragile alliance would grow into the powerful Anorian Empire, led by the brave and just king Kymander Domiravel. But at the height of his rule, disaster would strike. An ancient eldritch god, as old as the land itself, would awaken from its slumber deep beneath the mountain. The name of this evil was Helvrong, the Midnight King. With the fate of the world at stake, the armies of the continent would join forces, old rivalries forgotten, to stand united against Helvrong. The battle was long, but in the end the side of good prevailed over the Midnight King, sundering his divine form into 17 fragments that were scattered across the land to protect the Midnight King from ever reassembling his form and rising to power once more. On the side of the great battle, a city was raised from the rubble, a bright, shining, pale beacon of hope and sanctuary, evidence that even in places of darkness, light would always prevail. Thus the city of Illias was born, the Alabaster Sanctum. And just like that, our wall-top walkway is complete. Thanks, past Astro. You did a great job, buddy. Now, I want to do a little bit of work adding some depth to the face of this circular gallery. The windows do a great job of opening it up and making it feel spacious and grand, but I think that adding some decorative designs maybe that include our accent colors will really complement the shape of this build. We can put a band of stairs around the middle of the gallery, and I think it provides a little bit of framing for the windows, and it also kind of makes it appear like they're set more deeply into the body of the building than they really are. I don't know if that really makes a lot of sense, but it's the way I envision it. Usually I would accomplish this with glass panes because they are kind of set into the block, but because this building is curved, I had to make use of full glass blocks in order to get a nice window, but unfortunately they sit flush with the wall of the building. So to add some texture, we can fill the center of the band with polished diorite and put some end rods in there to provide light and a little bit of additional decoration. I find that adding light sources, incorporating them into the decoration itself, is a good way of making your builds visible even at nighttime. And it also, adds a little bit of flavor during the day, playing with the shadows a little bit. Finally, we'll put some fancy pillars between the windows to add a little bit of color to the build. I think decorative pillars are a great way to express your personal building style in these big projects, because all you really have to do is pick a handful of blocks and stack them on top of one another. It gives you a lot of room to be creative, but also doesn't require a lot of advanced building know-how. Pillars like this can be used in almost any build to add depth and texture to an otherwise flat face. The front part of this roof was easily the most challenging part of this build. While the back of the halls are circular, the front of the building is sort of flat, and it's got these towers that sit in front of it on either side. So to blend the two different roofs together, I had to combine the gentle slope of the existing slab roof with this kind of weird concave curve on the front of the building that frames the entryway. It was mind-boggling and made my brain hurt, but I actually like how it came out in the end. Finally, let's tackle these towers. Since I'm hoping to use a tree to cover the main gallery, I thought it might look nice to put small domed roofs on the towers. The way that they're positioned remind me kind of bodyguards or soldiers standing watch outside of the main building, and I think that the domed roofs look kind of like helmets. I don't know if that makes any sense. Given how large and prominent the towers are, I knew it would be important to include large windows in the design. Also, a classic look for towers is to have them be ever so slightly hourglass shaped, with a wider base for support and a wider roof to protect them from the elements. Finally, I wanted to connect the towers to the central aquarium staircase structure with little arches just to kind of enclose the area a little bit and create a nice little courtyard that I can decorate with fountains and gardens and other assorted bric-a-brac. Now that I had some basic ideas in mind, I can focus on using stairs, slabs, fences, and walls to sculpt the face of these towers into some really nice contours, and help break up the stark whiteness of the courts with shadows and colorful accents. And here's the final result. This was a pretty big project with some surprisingly complex shapes that, I'll be honest, I didn't see them coming. Sometime in the future, I'll find the time to construct a big tree in the gallery to form the roof, but for now, that's gonna have to wait a little bit. Overall, I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I was a little bit concerned before I redesigned it that the Halls of Order just weren't gonna live up to the high standards that have been set by all the other incredible builds that people have made in this city. But honestly, now that it's mostly finished, I think it feels right at home. So let's have a little bit of a closer look. Well, after many hours of hard work slaving away before my computer, I think we're finally done with this particular small portion of the city. But I thought that I would turn on the old shaders and give you guys a little of a look around. One of the first things I kind of want to bring attention to is this really, really cool horse statue that Bart has made for us. It's really cool. It looks like very realistic. I don't know. It's a good horse. She's got a little nameplate. His name is Arcus Morelius. Emphasis on the mare, because he's a horse. I don't know. I thought that was humorous. Maybe it's not. Just some regular flowers. I've got a couple squares of green carpet just to, mix things up a little bit. Out here, we've got our big towers, which are beautiful. I really, really am happy with the way they came out. They've got kind of this domed roof with a little peak on the front that I think just looks, it looks really, really good. It kind of reminds me of helmets. So coming in here, we've created a couple of fountains. Nothing super fancy, just, some water that comes down. I've got a couple layers of stained glass and then some glowstone that just provides a nice little, place for the water to fall. I think that looks nice. Some more grass. As we come up here, we've got this nice little area where we've got another set of little waterfalls and kind of an artificial stream bed going on. Same deal with the glowstone and the layers of glass. And then over top of it, we have a bridge. And I think that's just the coolest thing. I don't think it serves any sort of actual purpose beyond decoration, other purpose than looking cool. But I imagine this would be a place where, if you came here as a kid, maybe you'd come and you'd throw coins in this fountain area. That's a classic thing that I feel like there's always like a coin fountain out front of these big government buildings, I used to go, I don't remember what it was, some big building that we walked past a lot when I was a kid. You could chuck coins in. It was great. I don't know. Make a wish, right? Coming into here, so this is the area where we're going to put the giant tree. Probably a lot of this area is going to be covered up by the tree. Currently, there is no tree, so it seems a little big and open and boring in here. But I think that once the tree is in here, this space will feel a lot more filled in, and it won't feel so vast and open and wide. We have some pillars that hold up the building. I think that was a nice touch. They do a good job of anchoring things, because we can attach all of our different layers of floors. So we've got the 3 different floor levels. We've got ground floor, we've got this little balcony that also leads outside, and then up there, even though it's on the outside of the building, we have the castle walkway. Sorry, not castle walkway, the wall top walkway, which is also a neat touch. Flying up here, we've got this is really cool. I like the fact that we've got these kind of various arched windows here. I think it adds a lot of, nice symmetry to it, because they're so big and they're so tall and they've got light at the bottom. And I think that when you're, if you're outside the building looking in, you'll be able to see the tree through these windows, and I think it's just going to look really nice. We got this wall top area, we've got some end rods, add some nice light and some detail. All of these areas with the pillars have a little bit of an arch to them, which I think is a nice touch. I don't think at any point that this walkway up here will actually go into the building proper. Not directly anyway, because I want this to feel like it's a walkway that it continues the wall top, but not in such a way that, someone with nefarious intentions could try and mess with this building, right? Still a lot of work left to do on the inside of this building. There's a janitor's closet. I didn't see that. That's hilarious. You got a sink and a little pot and some tools. That's really funny. Oops. But yeah, so we're not by no means done with any of this. There's a lot of stuff that needs, this could use like a railing of some sort. We need to add a walkway that leads up to this second floor balcony. A lot of that stuff will come with time. But for now, we've got the basic shape sketched out, which is important to me. Out here, we've got our little pedestal. And we have a single green concrete block because I don't know what's going to go there. Probably a statue is what I'm thinking. But this is like a really nice view. I really like the way that this looks with the walkways and all the huge windows. We did some, colorful detailing. And I think that it all comes together in a way that's just really, really cool. Yeah, this is the Halls of Order. I think it's a really cool place. I think that, it came together much better than I was honestly anticipating. And I think that it's going to continue to get better and better as we work on it. There's, as with any of these builds, there's 100,000 different things that I would like to change, things I'd like to work on, things I'd like to tear apart and redo. And we'll get to a lot of that stuff eventually. But for now, I think, I think this is really good. And I think that's where we'll end today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm having such a nice time making these videos and sharing this project. It's just, I don't know, it's a bit of a dream come true, I guess. Also, if you haven't already seen, I've started doing a few live build streams on the channel. I'm hoping to get a consistent stream schedule together in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested. Anyway, I hope everyone has a nice evening, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!